Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. We have had some massive developments in the Trump administration's fight against ICE protesters. He is deploying 400 National Guard troops to cities around the United States, but it is not so straightforward. He is pulling out a trick in his playbook to get around rogue judges who are trying to block him and blue state governors who don't want him imposing law and order on their big cities. But before we get into this story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, this weekend, President Trump deployed 400 Texas National Guard troops to Illinois, Oregon, and other states as swarms of anti-ICE protesters continue to clash with federal agents. The Democrats, of course, blasted Trump's so-called invasion hours after the president mobilized 300 California National Guard members to go to Portland, where unrest has raged for over 100 consecutive days outside an ICE center. Now, this is being paralleled in other Democrat-run cities across the United States, such as in Chicago. That's where the governor, Illinois' Governor Pritzker, said the plan defies his wishes, adding that federal officials haven't reached out to coordinate or discuss the deployment. And this is what he had to say about it. We must now start calling this for what it is, Trump's invasion. He said every American to speak up should help stop this madness. He added, quote, "It started with federal agents. It will soon include deploying federalized members of the Illinois National Guard against our wishes, and it will not involve sending in another state's military troops. I call on Texas Governor Greg Abbott to immediately withdraw any support for this decision and refuse to coordinate." Well, Governor Pritzker should realize that history is on Donald Trump's side. There have been other moments of rebellion in the United States' history, including the Whiskey Rebellion that took place under President George Washington. He had to send in federal troops to Pennsylvania to put down a rebellion over whiskey and excise taxes. This has also happened during the Civil Rights era, ranging from Eisenhower, who in 1957 sent in troops to help integrate school, and also Johnson, who in 1965 sent in, federalized troops in Alabama to help protect black protesters for the civil rights movement. So this has happened before, and we have to ask ourselves, are blue states in rebellion against the Trump agenda? And I think there are some indicators that this is the case when you look at Portland and the way that it has protected Antifa and also ICE protesters. Then there's some concern here that they are not maintaining law and order. Americans have rights under the U.S. Constitution. The President of the United States is elected to preserve life, liberty, and property of Americans, and that is not what blue state governors and mayors are doing. Of course, we remember Seattle, where they had Chaz and CHOP, which were actually separationist movements. Secessionists actually were behind these movements, and this has been memory hold. In Chicago, we have had, according to DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, there have been occasions where ICE agents have had their vehicles rammed by local residents. They have been assaulted. This is not tolerable under the United States. Immigration law is a law. There's nothing special about it. There's no exception clause for sanctuary cities. And the governors and the mayors of these cities, well, they are breaking the law. And so Trump is not put in an easy position when they won't cooperate with him to enforce the law. He was given a mandate by the American people to enforce immigration law, and he's perfectly well within his authority to dispatch National Guard troops in cases of domestic unrest or in rebellion. So weigh in with your thoughts. What do you think about Trump's move here? Is he justified sending National Guard troops to these Democrat-run sanctuary cities? We always appreciate hearing from you at Explain America.